Hello there. Welcome back. How do you do? Welcome back to the Father and the Teacher TV. Please like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share. We're trying to build this channel up for our fellow fathers and the next generation. So I wanted to talk to you briefly about three things that I believe every father who is about to have a child will need for the future, right? When it comes to having their baby. Let's say you last few months, few weeks, your wife, your girlfriend, whomever she may be, has told you, hey, I am pregnant, I am with child, and you know for certain that the next few months you will have a bundle of joy. As I know a couple of guys right now who are about to go down this road. This is their first time having a child with their wives. And there are three things I want you to be thinking about as far as what's going to take place. You're already thinking about a lot of things in general when it comes to the actual pregnancy, right? Like, she's pregnant. She's probably, getting sick. Sometimes she's vomiting. Sometimes her feet, ankles may swell. Other things can happen, right? It has an impact on hormones. So, you can have some emotional things that go on and take place. A lot of things with women go on. But this isn't that kind of channel. So that being said, let me go ahead and get into it. Three things I want you to be thinking about as a future father. First thing, think about mommy, okay? Think about mom. Think about the mother, right? What I mean by that is, again, they're the ones carrying the child. That's not something a man can do, okay? That being said, she's probably going to have different things go on emotionally, mentally, physically, especially. So she's going to need your help sometimes. And sometimes we as men, not all of us, but sometimes we as men don't always take into consideration what that woman may need. And I'm not just talking about running out and getting her some food, even though that can happen. But it could be a number of things. I mean, it could be things like she may need, that little bit of tender love and care a bit more, as far as like hugs, kisses, checking on her and seeing how she's doing, what she may need, what she may want, as far as, your quote unquote behavior, right? How you talk to her. During this time period, sometimes they can get, ladies can get very, very sensitive. They may be sensitive in general, but they might get overly sensitive in this case. So you really want to take time to consider how you say things to her, what you say to her, things of that nature. You can't help it all, but it is something that you can think about to some degree. Two, your own mental health. Your own mental health is going to be very, very important especially when the child is born. Okay, so you're looking at mommy and making sure she has things or what she needs anyway, as far as mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. When that child is coming to the world. So after you check on her mental health, or while you're checking on her mental health, you need to be checking on your own mental health. You need to make sure that you are okay mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, right? There's going to be times, speaking from my own personal experience, there are times when that baby will cry, and it seems like you can't do anything to stop it. And that can be overwhelming for a lot of men. It was for me. And the crying is just overwhelming. So sometimes you will need to take breaks. You need to get you a community set up. You need to ask and see if others may be willing to come along and babysit or help you figure out ways to keep that baby calm, because it can be stressful. And fathers do get stressed out, especially when we're working and trying to provide for our families. So that's whether you're working full time or even if your wife is working full time as well. But you have to be able to take time for yourselves and take time away from your child. And if you feel yourself getting angry, because that does happen, remember that the child is still a baby. And so this is the only way they can communicate, by, crying and things of that nature. So you have to take time for yourself to figure out, what can I do to help my child and help this situation? It may be something that you're not doing. It may be something that you are doing. So check your own mental health. Number three, make sure you're thinking about the money. If you have been terrible at managing your money up until this point, if you've been terrible at budgeting and because you don't have a huge amount of money put back, or you don't have a huge savings, or you don't make a lot of money in general, you need to make sure you start thinking about what that money is going to look like in the future. And let me tell you, when kids come, that money starts flying out the door. Because it could be a number of things. I mean, it could be things from paying bills, from doctor's bills, because they do increase. You got to take them to appointments. You got to get diapers, Pampers. You got to get wipes, clothes, all kinds of things. And babies are constantly growing. So you have to be thinking about the money. You need to be looking at your budget. Or if you've never done one, you need to go Google it. Go look up Dave Ramsey or someone. Figure out how can you budget out the things that you're going to need for this child. Also, when it comes to money, you need to be thinking about not just the things that you'll need presently, right? The diaper, the food, the milk, so on and so forth. You're going to need to think about their future. So you actually need to not only just budget, not only to have a savings, but look at college plans or different plans that will help you create money for their future, even if they decide not to go to college. Okay, we'll get to that at another time. But I want you to be thinking about the money, because if you don't, you can end up making a lot of bad decisions money-wise, and then you'll be even more stressed out, not just when they're babies, but as they grow older. So again, one, think about mommy. Think about the mom. What does she need? How can you help her? How can you keep her stress level down? Because here's the thing. If she's stressed out, you will be stressed out. Two, think about your own mental health. What are you needing? How can you be helped? And if you don't have people to help you, make sure you look for those people. Get you a community going. Fellow fathers especially, but moms as well. Your mom, grandma, whoever. You're going to need some help. Last but not least, think about the money, okay? You're going to need to be thinking about what you will need financially from here on out, okay? Sometimes we dismiss things when we're young, but the older we get, a lot more stress comes with it. So the 3 M's. Think about mom, think about your mental health, think about the money. Again, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Let's keep building this for our fellow fathers and the next generation. Peace.